One of the major findings that we've come across during our visits to the neighboring countries is that there has been a sharp rise in the people wanting to leave the country. And the incidence of cross-border, let us say, people crossing the border is on that particular strip between North Korea and China. Some cases, there have been incidents of people being repatriated by the authorities on the border. And this is a matter of great concern for the international community and also for the United Nations. And in terms of the principle of non-refoulement, which requires that people seeking refuge in other countries are not forcibly repatriated to their country of origin against their will. The distinction being made between asylum seekers and economic refugees will need to be determined by a procedure that meets international standards. And therefore it can't be just a unilateral action on the part of any country in returning these people without a considered base in making a determination of their actual status. Distinction being made between asylum seekers and economic. But with regard to the people leaving North Korea, invariably, it has been the case historically that almost all people wanting to leave North Korea are by definition asylum seekers, if only because the general repression that's prevailing there, which affects a whole range of other rights, including economic rights, that are being deprived, and therefore, apart from being economic refugees, they are actually asylum seekers fleeing from political repression. And economic refugees will need to be determined by, I think the international community should be vigilant on this, and that is to separate the humanitarian issue from any political considerations of addressing a population that is known to be in chronic need for continuous assistance year in, year out, because of the shortcoming of that system in place there that is basically incapable of feeding its own people.